man? What's good, Spurs? It's your boy Clan the Spurs fan. If you could give me a like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on. Once again, I am going live now. So CG, I call him CG the GOAT, hit me up this morning and gave me some news on our San Antonio Spurs. And I didn't want to post this, and I already put on Instagram that I wasn't going to post it on Instagram because it's pretty controversial, first off. Second, it's, as a fan, I'm not crazy about it, but the main reason why I didn't want to put this, or I'm not going to put this on Instagram, isn't so much the fans or so much people getting mad at me because for some reason people like to shoot the messenger. The reason why I'm not going to put this on Instagram is because I know that sometimes Spurs players see some of my posts. So people will tag a Spurs player in it, or you know, someone else will, you know, show a Spurs player. I just don't want to do it. It happened a few times. Even DeMar DeRozan been seeing my posts because PJ Tucker ended up reposting it and tagging them in some of them. So I'm not gonna do that. So I'm not posting on there. And I really don't even want to say what it is, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. CG the GOAT. I want to start by saying this also. Before I tell you, and I know it's like a huge cliffhanger, before I tell you, CG the GOAT has been accurate with every single thing he has said thus far. The only thing that he was off about was about the Lakers getting Anthony Davis, because he thought they would just take that deal, but they were BSing the whole time. Everything else, he's been completely accurate. He called Blake Griffin wanting to get out. He called the buyout for Pau Gasol months ago. He's called out a lot, and he has good sources, and he actually works for ESPN, and I can confirm that he works for ESPN. So don't shoot the messenger here. I'm not even crazy about the news. Okay, I think there's enough people in here. All right, so the news that CG told us, and he also has some Pelican news, but I know we don't care about that. But he said that the San Antonio Spurs, he talked to his people, and the youngster that they had in mind, okay, it's no one right now. The youngster that they have in mind actually was Kristaps Porzingis. So the Spurs want to go after Kristaps Porzingis, and they want to throw a max deal at him once the summer hits. That's one thing. Now, this is where it gets controversial, and this is where I don't want Spurs players to really see it because they're playing so well right now. But he also told me that a youngster, I guess it's youngsters at this point, is they want a wing like a Andrew Wiggins, and they would like to trade LaMarcus Aldridge for Wiggins. I don't like it. Here's the thing. I don't like it. I understand it, and I don't like it. Because, all right, so Kristaps Porzingis is, we will argue, when he's healthy, he's probably a superior player to LaMarcus Aldridge, right? When he's healthy. I'm not crazy about Andrew Wiggins whatsoever. I think that he's kind of soft. I don't like his game that much. But I do understand them doing that, because if you did get a Porzingis, you probably wouldn't need LA, and then you're giving him a max deal. You could kind of drop LA's contract. I don't know how that will work with Wiggins. I don't know what Wiggins' contract is. Maybe you guys know, but you know, like I said, don't shoot the messenger. But what he's saying, I understand it, and I asked him multiple times after he told me, because I said, yo, I love LA. All this drama we went through with LA, it's like I want it to work. And I asked him again, I said, are you sure this is for real? And he said, yeah, it's confirmed. Because certain sources he have that's confirmed, other sources are rumors. He said, no, this is a confirmed source. So I believe him. He's been accurate thus far this season. I'm not crazy about it, but I do understand it. Does it mean it's going to happen? No, of course not. I mean, Spurs are very methodical. They're not just going to go out and just straight up do it, and that's that on that. But that is something that they're planning on doing, that they have in the wraps. You said not a good move. I don't like it either. I don't like it either. And the reason why I don't like it too is because Porzingis is kind of injury prone. And I don't like Andrew Wiggins. I just don't. Now, if he become a Spur, of course I'm going to try to like him and try to. But he's the last person I would actually want as a Spur. That's just a fan perspective. But you know, I understand it because he is lengthy and he does have all the physical attributes to be a great player. Will he be one? Probably not. If we don't get Porzingis, then what we gonna do? See, that's the thing. I'm assuming. Now, this is me assuming. Now, how he put it was, he first said that the Spurs are gonna try to throw a max deal at Porzingis, and he said that the youngster that they're gonna try to get is they will try to trade LA for Wiggins. So I'm assuming that they're gonna go out over their cap probably and try to throw as much money at Porzingis as they can. And if they get Porzingis, then go with the next move. I doubt that they're going to make that trade for Aldridge without having Porzingis first. So I'm assuming that they're going to try to go after Porzingis before they even try to do any type of trade for Wiggins. And I do believe that the Timberwolves will take that deal. I mean, I think they kind of want Wiggins off their hands at this point. Wiggins with, and like I said, man, Wiggins with, he has the attributes to be amazing on our team. We would love that length, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it seems like my heart is begging for them not to do that, and my mind is like, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad of a move. I don't know, but that's what they're thinking about doing. That's what CG the GOAT has told me. Hey, and thanks to everybody that's coming in. I'm sure there's people from Instagram too that's curious. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. But yeah, I'm gonna stay on here for a few minutes, let y'all get your thoughts out there. And I want to reiterate, the reason why I'm not putting this on Instagram isn't just the fact that Spurs fans are gonna be pissed off, or Spurs fans gonna come at me. That happens all the time when I tell any type of news that they're like, oh, you don't know shit, you don't have sources, you don't do that. I was like, I don't care what y'all say at this point. I know what I know. I wouldn't lie, so I don't care. But at the same time, I don't want to put it out there while the team has this positive energy, this positive momentum going forward, trying to get into the playoffs, and then I'm the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Spurs Wave is the guy that's trying to put that information out there, leaking out information about Aldridge getting traded. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that, and I don't want somehow, some way Aldridge to see it, and it won't affect. I'm sure it won't affect him. He's a professional, but at the same time, I don't even want it in his mind whatsoever. I want them to be successful. I don't want anybody even thinking about it. But I did tell you guys that I would give you an update when I hear something, and that was the update. It was Porzingis and Andrew Wiggins. Now I'm gonna look through to see. Brian, what did I miss? You can always go back in the video. I mean, I'm gonna be mentioning some more too. So okay, look. I love Kristaps. Don't get me wrong. I love Kristaps Porzingis. I really do. But at the same time, at the same token, I don't believe that we would necessarily need him. But when he's healthy, I can't lie and say that he's not better than Aldridge. I mean, he's probably a better player than LaMarcus Aldridge when healthy. And that's just, I don't want to be that person that say, oh, that's facts, but it's I don't think many people would disagree with that. His skill set is phenomenal. He can shoot the 3-ball. He can shoot mid-ranges. He can defend. He can dunk on you. Like, he has a lot to his game. And he's a foreigner, and Spurs love foreigners. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not. When I saw the news, the funny thing is when he actually messaged me, and when I read it, I would have wished I unread it. Like I did not. I did not want to read that when he said that, because first he said they're gonna go after Porzingis. I said cool. Kept reading, and then they're gonna think about trading Aldridge for Wiggins. I'm like, ugh. I'm not crazy about Wiggins. It makes sense, but no, I do not like Wiggins. Wiggins is one of those guys that has every attribute you can think of that could be a great player, and he just ain't it, Chief. He just ain't it. Let me see. He said Dallas not gonna let DeJounte Murray back. I do too. I don't think Mark Cuban will let. Now here's the thing with Porzingis contract, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. He was traded this season, so that means he would still be would he still be a free agent this season, or would he be a restricted free agent? Because he was going to be a free agent regardless, right? So it's not a matter of, I don't think it's a matter of Mark Cuban letting him go or not. You know what I mean? Or are you just saying that Mark Cuban going to throw as much money at him as possible? He probably is. That's why I don't see this happening. But it's just out there. I don't want it to happen ever, and I want to keep emphasizing that. Hey, anybody that's in here, could you give this video a like, please? Because I do want more people to see it. He's restricted. Okay, yeah, maybe you're right. Mark Cuban gonna work hard for that. I'll tell you this, they need him more so than we need him. But I don't see the Spurs trading LA without Porzingis. I don't see that. I don't get Wiggins and being like, okay, this is an even trade. Nah, not really. Aldridge is better than Wiggins. Now Wiggins is young, so that's a plus. And you know, LA's getting older, but I don't know. I think LA has played well to his contract, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Thanks for the likes, y'all. Thanks for the likes. But I don't know. That's why I wanted to go live and not just make a video and actually talk to you guys, so you can have a chance to, you know, say what you think about it. But that's exactly what I'm doing. I wouldn't lie to you guys. I wouldn't just make something up. I just wouldn't do that. This is a guy, CG, who's worked for ESPN. It's confirmed to me and many other pages that he works for ESPN. He has ties to Wave, so Wave kind of hooked us up with him, Wave TV. So I believe him. All he's trying to do, the reason, and some people, I'll explain this too, because I'll just throw this out there, because a lot of people don't understand how this source work, or why he would leak things. He's trying to network, and he's trying to get with a lot of other pages to see if they have any connections with players, so he can get more connections with them. And when and then people constantly see as his initials, CG, it actually makes his credibility a little larger, and it makes people notice any career in that aspect. So if anybody's wondering why or how like leaks happen, or why people even do leaks like that, that's usually why. Or at least that's why he's doing it. Should try for Anthony Davis. I don't know, man. I think Anthony Davis is far gone at this point, to be honest with you. I don't see AD going to the Spurs over LA. You know what I mean? I don't see it. Porzingis don't really seem like the type that needs that type of recognition. Can you get this video to 10 likes? I don't like single digit numbers. LA needs a championship before he retires. Yeah, it's like you really want him to have that championship. You know what I mean? And like I said, don't take this info. This is the thing, y'all. It's just a source that has spoken this, that's told him that this is what Spurs plan on doing. Spurs plan on doing lots of things that just don't happen. This season, for instance, they went after Terry Rozier, tried to trade Bertans for Terry Rozier, at least come up with a deal. Pau Gasol was in that too, but they didn't say that. But I'm thinking Pau Gasol was in that too. But they tried to do that. It didn't go through. Or what about last season when they tried to? Yeah, I don't know what just happened. But don't just take this info and just roll with it and say, okay, this is a done deal. This is what they're gonna do. No, things change all the time. For instance, if the Spurs, like right now, this is what they're planning on doing, right? And this is the front office. This ain't Pop. This ain't, the players feeling like LA should go. Let's look at it in this perspective. Let's say that LA does its thing this season. And I'm sure it depends on a lot whether or not they're going to keep going with their initial plan. Let's say he does his thing. We get far into the playoffs. There will probably be no reason for them to even think that we need to do that. You're always trying to improve. Don't get me wrong, you're always trying to improve. But if LA step up to the plate, which, if we just being honest, we love LA. We all love LA. We're fans. We love LA. But he has not stepped up to the plate like we wished in the playoffs. And we got to see if DeMar DeRozan can do that as well. The people that have stepped up to the plate is like Rudy Gay, on this team, Patty Mills, guys like that, they step to the plate. LA kind of hasn't. He's had games here and there where he played great, but he hasn't really just stepped up. So just say that he changed gears this season. We get late or deep into the playoffs, and it's like we get close. They're not going to see a reason to even change it. But at the same time, I do understand this team is young. DeMar DeRozan is about to be 30, but I think he's 29 right now. My boy Derek White's my age. He's 24, which is awesome. Young boy. Jonte Murray's, 22, I think? He's about 22. You just got a lot of young guys. You got 19 or 20. He might have just turned 20. I'm not sure. So you got a lot of young guys on this team, and it makes sense for you to say, all right, we ship off LA, get a young Anthony Davis, get a young Wiggins, and get a young Porzingis. So it makes sense. As a fan, I'm not crazy about it. I'm actually hating that this is even a thing. I'm actually shocked by it. When he told me, I said, damn it, I don't want to believe it. CG, you've been right all this way to this point. I cannot refute you at this point. It's like I cannot see any news by CG and just throw it in the back. Now, the dude, he works for ESPN. He's gotten a lot of information, and thus far this season, he's been pretty damn accurate. Even him saying Blake Griffin wanted to be traded, it's like, damn. He's like, because I was like, no, we don't. And then it came out, Blake Griffin wants to be traded like 2 days later. It's like, oh, I got him. So I can't be the type of guy that's like, I'm gonna pay attention to everything you say about every other team, and then when it comes to Spurs, I'm gonna ignore you because I don't like it. Yeah, that's not mature. That's not cool. And I do want to put it out there to you guys that this is what's going on. Also, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to it, because honestly, information like this, I'm not gonna put it on Instagram. I'm just not. I would rather just grow the YouTube page with this info and let people know, let fans know through this. And if you really are dedicated and you really are a fan of Spurs Wave, or you love that page on Instagram, then you wouldn't see a problem with even coming over to YouTube to get some of the information, because I'm just not going to do it. And I'll reiterate again, because a few new people in here, the reason why I won't put this on Instagram, reason why I'm not putting this on Instagram is because often players might see it, and I feel like our Spurs are playing so well right now, and I don't want to put any negativity out there that would, I know it won't distract them. They grown men, they're professional, but at the same time, I don't want any negative information coming their way from me. I don't want to be, even if I'm like, of course I'm not gonna be the reason they lose or anything like that, but I don't want that information out there at all, because I love this team. I think that LA is playing great. I think that the team is playing great. I think that they're playing almost, you need to change that starting lineup like I've been saying, but I think they're almost playing a championship level, to a championship level pedigree. And I am not going to be the guy to come out here and say, this is what's going to happen, this is what I heard. I'm not going to do that. I'm just not. First off, it's not going to help anybody. Spurs fans just going to be pissed off, because that's just how Spurs fans are. They were also pissed off last season, and I just want to say this again, because I'm going to keep bringing this up. This is like a I told you so right here. Last season, I said what was going on with Kawhi Leonard. The whole thing. I said that the coaches weren't happy with him. I said that everything that was going on. I told you I had a source, and I'll just tell you the source. It wasn't CG, because I didn't get in contact with CG till this season. The source was actually Coach Messina's son. Coach Messina's son was talking to me the entire time with the Kawhi thing, because he wanted to get it out there, because he was irritated that his dad was irritated. The coaching staff was irritated with Kawhi the whole season. And when I put that out there and said that I had a source and I wouldn't lie, and this is what's going on, no one believed me. I got every single detail correct. And now we go into this season, and now everybody booing Kawhi, which I was booing him too, but still, I'm just saying, that's how I told you so. So anybody out there that want to shoot the messenger, go ahead. I don't give a F. But at the same time, I'm not lying to nobody. I wouldn't lie to anybody. And it's what I heard. And, you know, it's not what you heard, it's what you're hearing. Shout out to my DMX fans. I don't even know what he meant by that when he said, what the fuck did DMX mean when he said that? It's not what you heard, it's what you're hearing. It's what you're hearing. It's what you're hearing. What did he mean by that? DMX was a weird dude, man. He was my favorite. He was one of my favorite rappers when I was little, though. Yeah, Kawhi balling. His wingspan on that on that fadeaway shot. Yeah, you ain't gonna block that. That was pretty tough to block. But they shouldn't have had Damian Lillard on him either. That was kind of stupid. You know what I mean? And I was actually happy that I was going for Raptors. I mean, if you're a Spurs fan, you need to go for, you know, these East teams versus the West teams, no matter what. So I was going for the Raptors. I was happy he hit it. Well, yeah, I was happy he hit it. I don't have any ill will versus Kawhi. Now, guys, my thing. Yeah, X, don't give it to you. All right, my thing is about to go out. But that's the news. Please spread it. Let people come to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. And until next time, Spurs Nights. Deuces.